Hey guys, welcome to Titan Quest 2 Endgame. Just released into early access. I finished the whole campaign. Took me about a solid 4 hours. And then after you spend those 4 hours, here's what you can do. You can walk up to this ritual of Ares' altar, spend some gold, activate the ritual. It'll spawn a boss. Here we go. That's it. Now, I'm just going to There we go, baby! Welcome to Titan Quest 2's Endgame. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Follow more content. Look, I want to make it clear, this is not a bad game whatsoever. This is simply early access. Emphasis on the early part. Because if you are a Titan Quest fan, you will enjoy this game. No questions asked. You've been waiting for the sequel for 20 years or something. I don't know. I didn't play Titan Quest 1, but it's been a long time, I'm sure. But if you're an action RPG, especially a modern action RPG fan, you like Path of Exile, maybe some Diablo, but jokes aside, if you're a modern action RPG fan and you're paying $30 for this, currently it's on sale for 20% off, like $24, but it's going to be $30 for the initial early access price, and it will go up in the future. Right now, $30 for the amount of content at hand is just, I can't justify it. I really can't, guys. Like, it's not a bad game. Visually, it's actually extremely impressive. It's smooth enough. I've definitely played some other action RPGs that have come out in recent times where the combat is not very smooth whatsoever. It's quite janky. The customization, the build variety and whatnot seems to be pretty good. I'm the kind of guy that just likes to stick to whatever, melee skill seems pretty fun, and Spend to Win was pretty fun. I might level up another character, see how the like spellcaster, sorceress type thing feels, but those things obviously are going to get improved upon while early access progresses. However, the core root of the problem, I think, right now with Titan Quest 2 is simply the lack of endgame. I don't know what happened, but I vividly remember reading something about this game relatively recently, like within the past week, because I've been picking up on more action RPG stuff here and there. Something about endgame, and I cannot for the life of me find it. I swear it was on their Steam page where it says, I'll show you, and I swear to you it was on here in their Steam page under the Why Early Access banner. Something about the endgame was in here. I swear to you. And it was probably here, how is the full version planned to be different from early access? It was, what is the current state? One of these banners had some info relating to endgame in this game. And yes, that's fine if Titan Quest 1 had no endgame. It was all about the campaign and then repeatedly farming bosses, basically like copying Diablo 2, because that's all you do in Diablo 2 as well. You just do the endgame, you do Cow Zone, or you just do boss rush farming, right? So I can understand that from that perspective. However, the majority of action RPG players nowadays, and let's be real, there's a lot more of them. This genre has exploded, not, Dark Souls action RPG stuff aside. We're talking about, Exile-like, Diablo-like action RPGs. They've exploded in popularity, and the vast majority of people are expecting some sort of endgame here. Literally, they did the bare minimum here with Titan Quest 2. You go into town, you interact with a shrine, you can increase the minimum level of monsters up to your current level, and then you can do +5 on top of that. So that is the hardest content that you'll ever do, is +5 to your current level on the monster. And then you just farm basically the hippocampus boss over and over and over and over, as you can see by the footage. That's all you do. That's all you do. That's all this game has to it in terms of replayability. Now, again, if you're here just for the spectacle, like you really like ancient Greek, type stuff, yes, you'll get that here with Titan Quest 2, and that'll immerse you for a little bit. But remember, it is only early access. You only have Act 1 here at the start. Even if that's your jam, right? You have Act 1. That's it. It took me, I'm a veteran action RPG player, about 4 hours. Actually, it was about 3.5 because I had some AFK time. Let's just say it was 4 hours, though. You can see by the in-game timer. And for most people that are not veterans at this, like 6, maybe 8 hours. I would, at most, it might take someone 10 hours. That is if you're like a grandpa gamer at its maximum. 10 hours to get the campaign done. And then if you're that kind of a gamer, you're probably not even interested in leveling up the monsters and farming all the content. So you have 10 hours of content for $30. And an action RPG, that is the problem, right? It's an action RPG. If it was any other genre of game, maybe aside from like, an MMO or a looter shooter, any other genre of game, I can excuse that, right? Like a cozy farm building simulator, like whatever. But this is an action RPG. Like, these devs know, and I know they know because I saw the Endgame thing. I'm not crazy. I'm not going to be gaslit. I know I saw it. The devs know that people crave some sort of replayability, some sort of farming, right? So to cut things off here before I start rambling too much, do I recommend Titan Quest 2? Again, if you're a Titan Quest fan, yes, obviously you want to pick it up right at the start of early access, but for everybody else, including just action RPG fans and really just people that are interested in passing, like, oh, what's that? That looks pretty interesting. Wishlist the game, keep an eye on it, come back in like a year, maybe 2, because they do plan on doing major content updates every 3 months. So, you know, maybe wait a year for 4 major content updates to come out, see how it's cooking by then. But for right now, for $30, I can't recommend it with the lack of content. I want to make it clear, I have no idea how the performance is. I have a pretty beefy PC. I was playing without any upscaling, no DLSS, no FSR, no nothing. I'm just playing at max settings at 2K resolution. It was buttery smooth, literally no issues there. The only bug I encountered was I got like stuck in terrain one time. I couldn't dash or move out of it at all. I was going to close the game, but then my character's like, boop, popped out of it after like 10 seconds of running in place. So maybe the devs thought about that, you know, and implemented some stuff. So as far as like bugs and stuff like that, hardly experienced anything. On the technical side of things, seems very solid, as well as obviously the art direction. I don't even have to talk about that, but the art and the music, the atmosphere all seems very, very, very solid. But that is that. If you want to check out my stream, you can do so at twitch.tv/WoolieGaming. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll check you out in the next video. Why do I always say that? You know what? I'm keeping it in.